Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are Back to the Future of the game. Episode 5 is starting right now. For the last time, I launched the fifth different program executable and had to go through the settings and adjust all the settings back to the way I wanted them. Oh, it is completely unacceptable that 5 times in one storyline game of a game, you have to go through the settings and adjust it just because you can't. They hadn't invented patching quite yet as a concept, or DLC as a concept. Uh, Here we are, we see the JP Penny, which I still think is kind of funny. I've really liked a lot of these jokes in the Back to the Future game. The references to, I guess, the dumb comedy of the 80s in the movie. Uh, to get to the actual story, we pretty much have figured out that we've made a monster ourselves, and now we're going to have to fight against Edna and Doc Brown, uh, working against me to set the timeline differently to possibly to keep Doc Brown and Edna together while I'm trying to break up Doc Brown and Edna, and we'll see where we're going. Predictions: I would have liked to at some point have gone to a futuristic version of 1986. We only saw a for a very brief time we saw that 1986 was run by the mob, but that was barely one scene, and then for a long time we saw it was the dystopian future run by Citizen Brown. Uh, I would have liked to have had time to go to the future, uh, and seen a very futuristic, uh, super scientific and science focused future. Now, what you could really do with that in the story, I don't know. They could possibly do that. They could certainly show us some futures and different pasts if we just pop in there for a second and then pop out. But I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're just going to focus on trying to set the timeline back the right way. Uh, hmm. So I guess that's all we really need to know for now. Unfortunately, we don't get a previously on. It's unfortunate that we kind of need a previously on because this is episodic, which uh, I like the length of the episode, so I can't really complain about that. But I wouldn't have liked to have had a delay between playing each episode when this was originally coming out. And the first episode in particular had some bad controller support, so it wasn't really the best of the episodes. It was definitely the worst. Uh, we haven't used the dog trick in a while. We haven't seen Einstein in a while, and I think he's going to pop up and be a major player. Uh, but yeah, episode 1 and episode 2 were very, very similar, so I could see a lot of people not even bothering to go to episode 3. Whereas if you just made a full game, people would have put up with that section and just moved on. Anywho, let's begin. And do I want to see the goals? No. No, I don't need them. We know what we're doing. Sorta. Michael J. Fox is supposed to make a cameo in this, I believe. In this episode. His voice will probably show up for a short time. This looks like the Western test. No. This is 1931. Young Ed Edmund or Edward. It's a laboratory. They duplicated the sign there. That is weird. And here's Marty.
Hello?
Marty, you're awake.
Emmett, where are you?
Emmett,
I'm
that's
down
his
at the
name.
expo. I snuck out early to avoid my pop. If he knew I was about to make a publicly scientific spectacle of myself, he'd hit the roof.
You let me sleep in?
Well, stay put. I'm on my way.
Great, but first I need you to perform an important mission. On the table next to my law books, there's a device plugged into the wall.
I think I see it.
Is it glowing?
Yeah, is that good?
Good. It's fantastic. Glowing means my static accumulator is charged up and ready for action. Bring it down to the high school and we'll... Damn!
What?
It's Edna!
But... Okay, Emmett. One static accumulator coming up.
So already we've got an item. And we're gonna just jump the scene.
Jeez, Doc. Watch out. You almost ran me over.
Sorry about that, Martin. This vehicle is sometimes difficult to control.
Yeah. Hey, are you okay? After that argument about Emmett last night...
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
So, we have the foreknowledge that he's not really working with us anymore and has become our enemy. But we're not supposed to know that, so this is a little weird. The character Marty's not supposed to know that, but we saw it in the next time of the last episode. Which, I don't like that. I do not like having any knowledge that the character wouldn't have.
So, how are the time circuits?
Still broken. I've got a few ideas, but I'm occupied with other problems today. So is that what I'm destined to build for the expo?
Yeah, it's a static accumulator. Emmett spent all night building it. Turned out he didn't really need to see Frankenstein after all. He just needed a little push. And some lightning.
Fascinating. I also had an epiphany last night.
Doc?
I realized that it wasn't Edna that made my life miserable.
Doc!
It was science.
Science?
You can't give up science. You love science.
Correction. My younger self loves science. But if Emmett doesn't go through with a demonstration at the expo, his dreams of being a scientist will dim just enough for Edna to step back into his life and steer him down another path.
Another path? What
Another
path does
path?
he really want?
What other path?
I don't know. Architecture, automobile repair, taxidermy. Maybe I'll even pursue a life in law like my father always wanted. As long as Emmett steers clear of science, Edna and I will be free to be happy together.
You can't want Emmett back with Edna. She used you to turn Hill Valley into a police state.
She used my science to turn Hill Valley into a police state. But if I don't become a scientist, she'll never get the chance to vent her crazier ambitions.
Doc, I'm begging
Really?
you. You haven't thought this through.
Haven't I? I guess we'll both find out. One thing's for sure, Emmett Brown's life will be a whole lot less complicated without a time machine in it.
No. Ah! What the hell? Where'd it go?
Well, I first thought would be to jump into the DeLorean and drive it off, time circuit broken or not, and run to the past and stop, warn myself. Last episode was called Double Vision, and we never really got an explanation for that.
Oh, come on.
This one's called Out of Time, which is what it says on the it's what it says on the license plate of the DeLorean. We could click on the lamppost, but I don't think we're ready for that
Here,
yet.
little static thingy.
Static accumulator. If we could get static electricity and accumulate it and make a battery out of it, I'm not sure we'd have much electricity out of that.
I can't reach it. I can't reach it. Gotcha!
It's funny how he seems to immediately be able to invent levitation and rocket powered flying devices with no difficulty at all in the 30s.
The future is coming today. There's a shiny new tomorrow on the way.
Trixie
A day
is
of
back.
invention is at hand. It's a mystic, futuristic wonderland. Just around the bend, my friend, you'll see a dream or two. If you care to dream,
if Trixie is back as a job on the job,
there's a world of wondrous wonder on display.
my fear is Arthur married her.
Today.
Give her citizenship.
Not bad, eh? Not bad at all, but I thought you fired her. I found a loophole. What kind of loophole?
Just a loophole. You're not the only one who's allowed to have secrets, you know.
All right, all right.
He married her.
Say, don't you have to get that whatchamacallit to Emmett Brown's booth?
Huh? Oh, yeah, right.
Because the future is coming. It's almost here now. The future is coming. It's getting clear now. The future is coming today.
We've got a new area to work in. That's pretty cool. Hostile guy. I think he's the guy that becomes the principal.
Algae cake!
How about an algae cake?
Sure thing, mister.
Wait a minute. You're the guy that makes the algae cakes? But I thought you couldn't stand them.
Hey! You're the guy that tried to pick up on my Eunice!
Oh, for the love of...
No algae cakes for you, Buster!
Oh. Well, that's funny, as I had algae cakes in the previous episode, and now it's just disappearing. Oh, let's look at the newspaper.
Bedlam at Brown divorce hearing. Wife takes potshot at estranged hubby, famed industrialist Emmett Brown. I don't believe it. He's still fated to marry her.
So at least we know what's going to happen.
Excuse me, Mr...
Duto, Jacques Duto, at your service.
Who are you?
Duto, famous diver. So you're some kind of celebrity?
I do not like to brag, but I have a small following, yes.
I guess people are always bugging you for autographs, huh? Asking you to tell them stories about your adventures and stuff?
It gets a bit old, but I can always retreat to the depths. The fish are much less demanding.
Okay, so
See you around.
at some point I think we're going to be in this bathysphere. And we can see we're going to click on the bathysphere controls. Look at this chronometric clock.
I think that's supposed to be a clock.
How's that clock tell any time? House of the Future Turnstile. Future Furnishings. Glass House Turnstile. So, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna talk to Emmett Brown.
And here's a waiver.
Hello, Crockett.
What? Sorry.
What's going on here?
Well, Miss Strickland here seems to think,
You should step aside and let the officer do his duty. Now.
Wait a minute, that's Emmett's levitator up there.
Oh, don't be so modest. I'd say you deserve at least half the credit. It was you who tricked poor Emmett into breaking up with me. It was you who manipulated him into dropping my project in favor of this clear hazard to public safety.
The electrokinetic levitator was Emmett's idea. I just helped. What's your point?
Oh, I think you know exactly what my point is. Emmett's invention isn't going to work, is it? At least not the way poor Emmett thinks it is.
How do you know this?
I had a very interesting chat with Carl Sagan last night. I found out who Sonny Crockett really is, and where he comes from.
Is there something you want to tell me, Sonny?
Why don't you call him by his real name? Yakov Smirnov.
Thanks a lot, Doc.
An anarchist! A foreign agitator bent on sowing chaos and destruction in the Hill Valley Expo!
Annie, you don't believe any of this bullshit, do you?
Sorry, Yakov, but I really don't have a choice.
Very good. And now, arrest this subversive.
See, she doesn't have...
Come here. Look, here's the thing. I happen to believe this dame's got a screw loose, but she's been getting some clout in town ever since that business with Kid Tannen.
But Emmett's gotta fly that electrokinetic levitator at this demo. His whole future depends on it.
And my future depends on making sure he doesn't. The chief reads her column religiously. Well, if I don't do what she says, she's gonna start a campaign to have certain tainted officers removed from the force.
Isn't there anything I can do?
Not unless you've got some dirt on Edna. Something that'll discredit her in the eyes of the law. Well?
I'll dig something up.
You do that. In the meantime, you and young Mr. Brown better... where is he anyway?
Wait, you haven't seen him?
Emmett? Has this foreign radical done something to my Emmett?
Maybe you should find him.
Oh, you're letting him go? This radical subversive? Just like that?
Okay, so I gotta find Emmett. And do something about Edna.
Alright, so we've got a bit of a goal now. Find Emmett. Phone booth of the future. He was calling us before.
Welcome to the phone booth of the future, made with Atlas glass. Atlas, unbreakable and soundproof. Our phone is hands-free, so you can enjoy a sandwich or a cigarette while chatting with friends in perfect privacy. Would you like to place a call?
Yes, I'd like to talk to...
Unfortunately, this phone booth only accepts incoming calls.
So it's KL 45 something 4253. So let's see if we can remember that.
Hi, Trixie.
That's Techni to you, kiddo.
Right. Congratulations on getting the old job back.
Thanks. Justice triumphs in the end, you know? Now what can I do you for?
Tell me about the attractions. That's a good place to start.
So, which exhibits do you recommend?
The most popular attractions are the Glass House, the Future Furnishings, and of course, Enlightenment Under the Sea. You know who that is under the diving helmet? That's Jacques Cousteau himself. Of course, you need to get tickets if you want to see the main attractions.
How do I get tickets?
How much are tickets?
Aw, put your money away. Here, you're kind of like family now, you know?
In more ways than he knows.
You seen Emmett around? I'm kind of worried that he's not at his booth.
Let me think. Yeah, he wandered down that way a little while ago. He was talking real intense with another guy.
Older guy? Looked a lot like Emmett in the face?
Yeah, uncle or something?
Or something. Look, Emmett's demonstration has hit a snag or two. Can you delay his act for a while? Let someone else go before him?
Sorry, I don't set the roster, and they won't let me change it. I can drag my feet a little, but if your friend's not ready to go on pretty soon, we might have to skip his act. I mean, demonstration.
But you can't.
Hey, it's just a science demo. It ain't a matter of life and death.
It kinda is. When is
what
this?
time is Emmett supposed to go on?
Let's see, 8 kilobeats past 50. We're on metric time here at the Hill Valley Expo.
Metric time. You know, there's not really a good reason to be on metric time, if there was such a thing. I don't see how you would really do that.
Edna Strickland is trying to get Emmett's booth shut down.
That dame don't know how to mind her own business, does she?
Is there anything you can do to get Emmett's booth open again?
I wish there was, but I'm just a muse. All we can do is inspire people.
How'd you get
Marty told me how you managed to get your old job back.
He did? But it was supposed to be a secret.
There's no secrets between us. He couldn't resist telling such a good story.
Yeah?
Still, I'd like to hear it again, from your point of view.
He didn't tell you anything.
Come on, Trixie. I'm dying to know how you got the job back.
You won't hear it from me. I don't talk out of turn.
Inspire me, Muse.
Okay, you're a muse. Can you inspire me an idea?
I'll try. Well?
Maybe it doesn't take effect right away. Thanks.
Happy to help.
So the future of law enforcement. Let's see. A future weapon. Futuristic weapon.
Well,
The electro pacifier.
Amazing, isn't it? They say one day we'll be able to stun fleeing criminals by shocking them at a distance.
Does it work?
Nah, it's just a model.
The amazing inebriomatic.
Well, from what the boys in the lab tell me, someday we'll be able to tell whether people have been drinking just by breathing into a machine like this. Try it out.
I don't think so.
So we have a breath analyzer and
a potted plant. What's this got to do with law enforcement?
A potted plant? What's this got to do with law enforcement?
It's a bug.
No, a plant. But it's got a wire recorder hidden inside, see? If we could have got one of these into Tannen's speakeasy, and if he's the kind of guy who talks to plants, we could have busted him a lot earlier.
Picture radio.
Are you ready for a picture radio? Wonder if that's anything like MTV.
Of course, I have to feel the need to explain what MTV is at this point, since it used to be a channel on cable television, which used to be a big thing, big group of channels, and they played music videos on said channel.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow, where a man's home is truly his castle. Here, gratification is just always a push of a button away.
Okay, so we have a potted plant here. So it's pretty obvious what we're gonna do.
This plant doesn't belong here. There's nothing futuristic about it.
We'll swap it with the other one. Entertainment center.
A fully equipped home entertainment center. So where's the ColecoVision?
Let's look at the console and see what we can change. Well, we have no idea what these buttons are. But all we can do is hit the buttons, not the switches, dials, or knobs. So let's try the red button.
In the house of the future, fresh fruit baskets will be replenished daily by fleets of fruit-bearing helicopters.
Okay, that makes no sense at all.
Ah, it's wax.
In the house of the future, phone conversations will be completed in the privacy of the personal phone helmet.
Hey!
Please recite the phone number you wish to dial, or say hang up to terminate your phone helmet experience.
What?
What?
That is not a recognized option. Please recite the phone number you wish to dial, or say, hang up, to terminate your phone helmet experience.
So... let's call the Brown
Klondike 4385.
Brown residence.
Hey, Hampton. How's it hanging? This is Marty, Emmett's friend. Is he there?
Not at the moment. I'm afraid he's off on one of his little adventures.
Thanks. Bye.
Farewell.
Conversation terminated.
Okay, so...
Greetings again, mortals! This is Techne, Muse of Progress. Hoping you're all having a swell time taking in all the exhibits. Don't forget, you can purchase tickets to our main attractions right here at the information booth.
Okay, we're running out of time. Let's figure out what the blue button does.
In the mood for fun, the House of the Future comes equipped with a modern home entertainment center.
Chinese checkers and everything.
Alright. I don't think there's any more that could be done in this area. Do we have anything that would mess with the... let's see.
Emmett's static accumulator. I gotta get this to Emmett, but first, I gotta get Emmett.
We've got to figure out, maybe we could use the tickets on the clock to slow it down?
Nah.
Maybe we can just click on the clock and...
I still can't tell what time it is, but I know it's getting late.
This is not good. Let's check out what the House of Glass is. Since I can't really see it.
No one in here.
Okay, so there's nothing in the House of Glass. Interesting. Maybe we can talk to Arthur.
Hey, Artie.
What do you think? Quite a setup, huh?
The expo? Sure, but I was wondering.
Can
Is
you
there any
delay?
way you can delay Emmett's demo? He ran into some last-minute turbulence.
Emmett's already pushed his luck by substituting this electrokinetic what's-this for the mental alignment meter he was supposed to be showing. I can't alter his place on the roster, too. The board would get the idea I was showing favoritism.
Where is
Have you seen Emmett? He isn't at his booth.
Odd. Well, he hasn't left the hall. I would have seen him. I'm sure he's around here somewhere.
Ah, I think he's tied up somewhere. I think Doc Brown.
Edna Strickland got Officer Parker to close Emmett's booth down.
What? Why?
She claims his invention is dangerous.
Is it?
That's not the point.
Let's
Is
try
there
it.
anything you could do to get Emmett's booth reopened?
I am afraid not. This may be a wondrous land of tomorrow, but it's still within the jurisdiction of the Hill Valley Police Force. Maybe you should talk to Officer Parker.
He says there's nothing he can do as long as Edna's got clout in Hill Valley.
She does have that.
And
come on, you
spill
can
the
tell me.
beans.
How did you manage to get Trixie her job back? I thought her being Canadian was a deal breaker.
If something's really important to you, you find a way. You ought to know that.
See you around.
So he totally married her. And with that, I think that is as good of a place as any to end this first episode. So far, so good. Like a lot of old school point-and-click adventures, there's just a lot of setup at the beginning and wandering around in the middle looking for the right items to make that magnificent mousetrap that will go off in the final third act and solve the puzzle in some strange and wondrous way. anyways, that's it for this episode. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media site, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.